Well, what would you do if someone wanted to kiss you or tried to kiss you?
Hey guys, so this video is completely different from what I have previously done on my channel. I really enjoy watching, you know, like chit chat get ready with me's, and like I used to proper hate story times that were just a bit unnecessary, but now I don't mind a cheeky story time. So I thought I'd film this video because I'm getting ready. Obviously, well, I've got ready, but in the video you're gonna see me getting ready is my point. I'm basically chatting shit, you know, I'm just chatting some nonsense. So I hope you enjoy, and yeah, let's begin the beat. Obviously, I have already color corrected and got my eyebrows on, you know, right? So obviously, yeah, I'm just gonna start with the foundation and start with the story. I guess, okay, starting with the story, I need to give the characters names. So how about we call my friend Tracy, we'll call my friend Tracy, and we can call the male in this story Danny. Okay, so we got a nice little tale about Tracy and Danny. Oh, this is hard. Okay, let's try and talk and make up at the same time. Tracy has obviously gone on a normal night out, hitting up the club, you know, doing her thing, normal night out, and she had a good time, you know. A few lads here and there trying to, you know, chat to her, you know, just so it's getting to the end of the night now, and one of the guys who had talked to her earlier in the night, you know, like comes up to her, they're chatting, you know, the lights come on, it's time to go home. She wants to get McDonald's, as you do after a successful night out, and he's like, yeah, I'll come get some McDonald's. So they're just having a chit chat, heading to McDonald's. As they converse, she finds out that he doesn't actually go to her uni, which she kind of believes because she hasn't really seen him out before. But he says that he has friends that go to his uni, so she's thinking like, okay, you're a bit comfortable for someone who's in a city that he doesn't particularly know, you know, like he's obviously going off with her, none of his friends. But she's like, it is what it is, you know, it is what it is. So they finished McDonald's now, and Tracy's ready to go home. It's been a nice chat, but Tracy was never taking you home, you know, like Tracy doesn't really roll like that. Tracy's just not gonna take you home, basically, you know. So they head to the taxi stand now, and there's no taxi in sight. They're just chilling, waiting for a taxi to turn up, and one pulls up. But obviously there's two of them going to different places. So Tracy's like, you know what? I don't have any money for this taxi, so how about we go to the cash point, and by the time we come back, there'll be more than one taxi. They go get some money out, come back. There's still only one taxi. So Tracy's just, you know, being considerate. She asked the cab driver, oh, are you all right to make 2 stops? He's like, yeah, that's fine, I'll make 2 stops. So they get him. Bearing in mind that Danny also took out money for the cab as well, you know, like to pay for his journey. The chit-chatting continues in the cab. She's enjoying the company because her friends have gone home already, so she shouldn't mind. Now, as they get into Tracy's house, he's like looking at his phone with some like confused face. He's a bit like, you know, acting like something's wrong. Oh, I can't track down my boys. Who told him to leave his boys in the first place? In a city that he does not know, or a city that he does not go to uni in, that he's not from. Who told him to leave his boys? But he's just there, confused as ever. I can't find my boys, blah blah blah. My phone, this, that, and the other. He might have said his phone died, or his phone was, something was wrong. He's only said this as they're pulling up to Tracy's house. I'm just gonna butt in and say, guys, that since I reviewed these foundations, obviously linked up there, since I reviewed these foundations, I have been using them a lot, and I really like them. And I just realized that that video only went up very recently for you guys, but for me, that review was filmed in March, so literally I've been using these since March. And what was I saying about Tracy and Danny? Tracy's obviously finding the situation a bit sus. Like, why Why is he putting on this act as they arrive at hers? But been a respectful lad. She's a bit waved. Certain things run at uni that wouldn't necessarily run in other situations, I'd say. Tracy's obviously, you know, like reaching to pay as they're pulling up to her place, and he's like, oh, do you mind if I come, like, do you mind if I come, like, wait at yours, try and get in contact with my boys, etc, etc. Like, that was never the plan. She was never planning on bringing him to her house. She's like, yeah, sure, pays for the taxi. She pays for the taxi, and they go up to hers. So she's thinking tactically. She's like, right, if I put something on the TV and we stay in the living room, you know, then it's already like 5 in the morning. Watch, what, a film, take you to like 7 in the morning. By the time it gets to like 7, 8, you'll just have to, you know, it'll be a bit awkward for him to try and like stay when it's already morning. But see, her Wi-Fi was down, and her Wi-Fi had been giving her issues. After 20 minutes of trying to pretend like her internet's gonna connect, she has to give up. And where she lives, she already has bad signal, like mobile signal in the first place. So she's like, right, do you know what, I have a spare bed, I'll pull out the spare bed. In the morning, you can just get a bus back to campus and find your friends. Tracy pulls out the spare bed and sets it up. But the way her room's set up, it's not exactly... Oh, as she's pulling out the spare bed, he keeps going on about, oh no, you don't have to go through all that trouble, it's fine. You don't have to go through that trouble, it's fine. So what does he want then? He doesn't want her to pull out the spare bed so that she will, what, share her bed with him. So he's all there, you know, oh, you don't have to, it's fine, it's fine. She's like, no, it's no trouble at all. She's even like, you know what, I'll take the spare bed. You can have my bed, it's more comfortable. He's just there like, coming like one confused goat. A very, very confused goat. But the way her room is set up, like I was gonna say, there's not a lot of space. Like, it's not up to a person's width between her bed and the spare bed, if that makes sense. There's not a lot of space in her room. She's thinking, all right, let's just get through this. It'll be fine. He'll be gone in the morning. If he tries anything, there's a whole nother room with 2 people in it. She'll be fine. As she tries to get to sleep now, he's doing chatterbox. He's really chatting. And she's obviously trying to act like she's really tired and sleepy, but obviously there's this foreigner in her room, there's this intruder in her room. So realistically, she's pretty much awake. She's very awake, but she's just trying to act like he's sleeping. Hopefully, act like she's sleeping. Hopefully he goes to sleep, you know, and then it's not really awkward anymore. She's using night owl alcohol judgment, not completely 100%. You know, you guys know what I'm trying to say. You got me. He says something to do with kissing, and she's just there like, then she replies, which then leads him to say something along the lines of,
well, what would you do if someone wanted to kiss you or tried to kiss you?
To which she replies, obviously, I would slap them. Because obviously she gets the vibe he's on now. He's obviously, someone is obviously him. Because otherwise, like, what kind of dumb conversation is that to be having when people are trying to sleep? She says, I would slap him. He laughs. He kind of like backs off a little bit, leaves it. Anyway, yeah, he backs off. It will all be over soon, is what Tracy is thinking. It will all be over soon. This guy then proceeds to ask her why she is facing the other way from him. He's like, you know, oh, turn around. I want to talk. Turn around. She says, I can't sleep if I'm not facing the window. What does that even mean? Obviously some bullshit, but he was on the side that wasn't facing the window, obviously. So she's like, I can't sleep if I'm not facing the window. He obviously like smells bullshit, but what's he gonna do? Like call the girl out on her bullshit in her own room? Because he could be roomless real quick. And she does her best to rebut him because she was not gonna turn around so that his musty lips would be all up in her face. So she's legit just there with her elbow, like acting like she's already asleep, and she just like moves a lot in her sleep till he obviously backs up, because like she said, there wasn't a big enough gap between the beds for him to just, you know, like obviously if you're gonna roll and fall, you just wouldn't move, but there was enough space for him to like roll without falling in between the beds. So he obviously thought that was his invitation to be all up in her business, which she was not having. Eventually he backs the hell up, gets out of her space. They both fall asleep, far away from each other. Well, I mean, as far as you can be when you're basically on a double bed. Like, the distance between those single beds might as well have been like some like king size beds or something. Wake up in the morning, she runs out the room, her flatmate's awake. They have a good chat, and her good friend, you know, drives good old Danny back to campus to find his friends. He gets her number, messages her. She makes sure he got home safe, and then never talks to him again. Because, you know, why would you? What am I holding? At first, her friend really didn't believe the story, because her friends all like, you came home with someone last night. She's like, what? Never. I didn't do that. I've been telling Tracy's story for way too long. My camera died. Oh, what happened there? Oh, I fucked up. I messed up even. But it was just a bit of an incredulous story. I mean, I don't blame her. It's incredulous to me too. And I thought that I would share Tracy's story with you guys in order to let you know that these uni boys are different. Like, they're actually different. The thing is, this guy came on such a like respectful, what's the word I'm looking for? You guys know, you know. Like, he just came in such a respectful manner, and he got Tracy to take him home. And like, he really thought that once he was in the door, anything goes. Like, he thought this was some WWE, like, no holds barred. Like, once he got through the door, all bets were off, you know, like everything was just, you know, he was gonna get down to the, you know, he was just gonna jump in Tracy's bed just like that and have his way. And oh, and Tracy actually knew some of the people that he was staying banterous. They tried to move to her earlier in some of his friends had tried to move to her earlier in the night. Oh guys, I really messed up this eye. I don't know what to do. I don't know, be logical when you're on a night out. Like, how can someone come to another city and leave the people he came with just like that? Like, he doesn't want to go home with his boys, but he wants to be in the taxi doing I can't find my boys. Nah, men are really funny. Because at our age, when you're a good 21-year-old, that's not a boy, that's a grown-ass man. So this is basically just a really like soft cut crease that I normally do for like a really simple, easy, quick look. But it's obviously taken a lot longer because of this girl's story. But yeah, I feel like I could have a whole series on my channel on uni men, because they're actually different. I'm just letting you know, they're really different. Like, they're actually these and I feel like when it comes to people that you've met in like a uni setting, like people you've met in a setting where it's like, you know, is people that you know kind of thing, people let their guard down, but don't be letting your guard down. Right, I'm gonna try and finish this makeup. I've just been catching up with like stuff that I used to watch when I was a kid. I just finished Sister. And now I'm watching Cold Case. The thing is, Cold Case, I started watching it again a few months ago, and I forgot that I started watching it again. Is that weird? Anyone used to watch Cold Case? That's how the song goes at the beginning, guys. I'm not mad. But yeah, I used to love Cold Case. Me and my brother used to love Cold Case. Just gonna put Cold Case back on and finished my makeup, and yeah, that was that really. Like, that was Tracy's story. Hey guys, so I'm done. This is the final look. Obviously the main point of the video probably wasn't the get ready with me, to be honest. It was more the chatting nonsense and the story time. I'll just like coming close. You can see all the cut crease goodness. This is happening on my face. I'm sure my male subscribers have their own tales of the uni women, the girls that they have encountered, but honestly, are these guys not just on a different level? I mean, learn your lesson from Tracy. You just need to be, there's no being nice, there's no kindness up in this. You just need to be straight and to the point, because 1 minute you're being nice, the next minute. That's the moral of the story really. Don't take boys home. Unless you know what you're signing up for, just don't do it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that you do like, share, subscribe and stuff, and join the cake party. Have you checked out, like, I don't know where I'm gonna, I should create some space, maybe like in this region. I'm trying to make myself smaller. Maybe like in this region, like around here, I've put some videos. Have you checked them out? I don't know, so I left them here for you. Have you checked them out? If you haven't, you know, pick one, pick another one, watch them. Okay, bye guys.